YouTube! ¿Qué pasa? Welcome back to another Bleach Brave Souls video on my channel. Now, first of all, the last video has gotten very good resonance, which is why I've decided to make another video. This time with tier list on all the bonus characters, including all the pop bonus units, all the super pop bonus units, all the dropless bonus units, all the pop plus droplet units, and all the current Chronicle Quest bonus units. And yeah, there are quite a few of them, and there is definitely a need for that because, first of all, your pot units or your bonus units that you're generally using for farming purposes should be, first of all, one of those units that you are going to be building, because you're going to be using that unit primarily for farming purposes, which is why you ideally want to be pushing those units to the max, in order for you to have an easy time farming your materials. For example, super pots or droplets. If it's like, I don't know, enriched droplet zone times 2 or 3. If you have your droplet units maxed out, T20 and on max on their slots, then they will have a much faster clearing time than like somebody who's just level 200 and is hoping to get carried. Now you can always get carried, but the thing is, not everyone is ready to carry you, and yeah, why not just level those units up? If you are going to be using them, you might as well. Like I myself, most of my bonus units that I have, which I have been using, are already maxed out. Even I have them either at T20 max transcendence, or I have them at T20 with 1 or 2 slots, yeah, depending on how many I've equipped and how many dupes I've had of a character, with 1 of 2 slots maxed out. So yeah, that is definitely one advice I'm giving you lot. Do the same. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Let's break down the tier list. Right, there he is. This is the tier list of all the current bonus units and all the current bonus droplets units and all the current coins and jewels, crystals, bonus units. Now, first of all, we're going to start with the super potions because those units are, let's just say, the rather newer ones. First of all, we have an Nell because she's just broken. She's very good at nuking. Then we have Nini, Noel, Momo, and Grimjaw. And in that order, I'll place them as well in that order because of them being good itself. But yeah, the thing with Nini, for example, is if you have her maxed out, 505 would be perfect, then she most likely be able to help you having cleared almost, I think, 3 or 4 weeks of hard guild quest, as she's awesome. Like if you have her maxed out, she'll nuke a guild quest hard for like 3-4 waves up to the max, to the last boss, and enable you to make like sub 15-20 second runs if you have her build right, and that is a statement in itself. So definitely build that unit out. Now, first note on the side, this tier list has been slightly adjusted by me. I have found one like this tier list on our Discord channel where one of my friends posted it on there, and I have changed it around. So yeah, that is definitely the base has been from somebody else, which was already good. However, I was changing it to make it more up to date with the current units. Like the first, the super pot units were missing completely, and a few of the new pot units and droplet units were missing completely. So I've added them to the list and changed the order of some of the units around. In case somebody's asking themselves that they've seen already a similar one. Now, to carry on, with the potion units, there is a dispute whether it should be Shunsui or whether it should be Kisuke who's better. I'd put both of them on the same place. However, for me, my most favorite unit to play with is Kisuke, as I like Kisuke's. And generally, he used to be a long time my main farming main runner unit in almost any content PvE of the game. So yeah, lately I've been playing a lot with Shunsui, especially when farming inheritance zone when it was times 2. I used to play a lot of Shunsui, and he's very much fun to play. With all the other potion units, it's the same. For example, with the Desert Queen Rukia, Desert Society, I love playing with her a lot. Christmas Momo, I have her 5/5 Max Transcendent 2. She's awesome. The only pot unit from all of these I can't really stand is Riruka. I think her kit is terrible and I can't really stand her. I don't like playing with her whatsoever. However, as I don't have any other pot unit with her attribute apart from Momo, I have to use her. Well, I had to use her at times. The thing about her is I've seen quite a lot of people use her in PvP. Haven't built her up to a maximum defense build. She was taking a lot of damage without dying, so it seems like that she has the potential to be a very tanky unit at least in PvP. But yeah, that's not for me to test because I only got one copy of her, and she's the only unit from all of my potion units I left at T10 and didn't even max out her attack slot because I can't stand her. But yeah, for anyone out there having her 5/5 and who likes using her, congrats to you. I hope you enjoy playing with her. And actually, my favorite one of all the potion units that are in there is actually Zaraki Kenpachi, and I know he's like the least fan favorite out there from character playing style wise in the game, as he can feel at times very sluggish. However, I do play with him the most when I farm speed pots, and he's actually great. And I really like his gameplay. I feel like every time he hits, it is like a truck hitting the opponents, and he's just bashing through them. So yeah, I have him 5/5 maxed out, so maybe that's why he is that as powerful as he is in my case. Now that is enough for the pot units. Now they've introduced very recently, in fact, potions plus droplet units, which is a thing. Now, first of all, it used to be potion units, then they came with droplet units, then they came with super potions plus potions units, and then they've introduced potions and droplet units, and that's going to be the next big thing. Watch out for it in future. You're going to be seeing people asking rooms only for potion plus droplet units and making it barely impossible to join any rooms, even if you have a pot unit, because you don't have the pot droplet unit. It's going to be hard for you joining rooms in epic raids, and I see that now, especially with, for example, like with Toshiro or with Isane, is or with Nozomi, it is getting hard if you're not opening a room yourself, joining those rooms. But anyways, it is what it is, and we can't change it. And now that's for those. Then as for droplet units, Giriku's got to be number one of those because of his boost ability, and if there is a full room of Giriku's running enriched droplet zones, for example, they are running through that like, I don't know, like an army walking over ants. So yeah, and he does look a lot like Hulk, so I see it just fitting for him to be at spot number one on that droplet 30% list. On the 17% list, it's got to be the new Chad. Well, all of those Chads are actually in the beginning. However, the Mind one is actually the best one of those because of his attribute advantage. However, the second one is definitely Sodenomai Shirayuki, as she has freeze on all her attacks, and she does play very nice. Having said that, she's also very useful for Senkaimon. So if you did pull her, currently Senkaimon is out. I think she's useful for one of the stages or for one or two of the stages. And yeah, she's done a great job for me. I've got a T20 as well already, and she does perform very nicely. Yeah, the only character from those droplet 17% units, I feel like should have been more, um, more, more better, let's say, should be Stark, as he is very useful, especially even in PvP. He does have his strengths, and I feel like uh, he should have gotten more justice done to him. As being the number one Espada, he should be being treated better. I feel like Caleb has done a good job on his designs as far. However, I feel like he kind of got the shaft in the anime against Shunsui and Jushiro, and I feel like he's kind of got the shaft in the game so far too, because there hasn't never been a really OP unit of Stark. And yeah, that's kind of sad because of what he actually is and who he is. But yeah, is what it is. I hope they'll change that around in future and make a better version of him. That would be awesome. But yeah, that's as far as it goes for the droplet units. Now for the crystals and jewel drop characters, definitely it's got to be the Nergi man, the gigantic, enormous schlong dude. He's got to be definitely place one. I've seen in quite a lot of people's accounts being the most used unit on their accounts, and I can't blame him because he easily can clear most of the PvE contents, especially like point events, auto farming. If you have him 505 built, anyways. But yeah, he's definitely good. Tetsuzaimon, he's the best. He's also one of the best crystal jewel links in the game. And yeah, the rest of the list is pretty much self-explanatory. However, the one which I'm going to do a separate video on is a Frenzy Kisuke, which is a speed attribute, and I'm going to make a video of him as soon as I have him 505 because I do want to T20 him and max transcend him in order to see how he performs by himself, as he is a bonus unit and he's my most used link in the game. So yeah. Carrying on, it's the coins, and first of all, it's Gobi Nanao. She's definitely up there, place one. Any of these characters, all five of them are actually pretty equal, except Katyuruichi and Kokoporo. Those two are actually dog poo. However, I must say at this stage, because I have Kokoporo and Katyuruichi, both of them T20 Max Transcended, I did use both of them on the current 7th anniversary Senkaimon Tower, and they cleared both rooms where I've used them without any troubles whatsoever. And yeah, they've got unlocked, they've got locked up after that, but still they've cleared those stages without any problems. So yeah, it kind of paid off having Max Transcended them. Well, I use them mostly or mainly for my main farming team, which is why I've maxed them out. But yeah, in case you like to have a farming team similar to mine, go back to my channel and just search for a farming team, and you'll find the video I made with Kugo as my main runner, Katyuruichi and Kokaporo as my two side units, just to be there, to be existent, and to give up with the bonus of theirs. Now, the last row is going to be Chronicle Quest bonus units. These are all current Chronicle Quest bonus units, ordered from the best one to the worst one. Well, to the worst one, not really, because the last Stark, and I'm talking about the technique attribute Stark, I've just been able to get him 505 today from BBS tickets, and I was waiting for him to get him 505 for ages because I have him T20 and maxed out all his slots except the last one. I am going to do a separate video on him, even though he doesn't have, for example, something like Guard Break or very awesome skill list. He does play very nice. Now, he is, I think, 3 or 4 years old now, but I do play with him since I have him T20 and Max Transcended quite often, especially clearing out those stages on part 2 with him in Chronicle Quest, and he does perform very good. Now I'm eager to see how well he performs when being Max Transcended with the extra slot unlocked. But yeah, stay tuned for that video. It's gonna come, I think, next or the week after that. And yeah, that basically concludes the video today. That is my list for all the bonus units currently in the game. If you have any remarks on this video or would like to optimize my choices, let's just put it that way, feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, and yeah, see you guys next time.